also. Okay, we've got in English played by Szalami, Mongols being played by Beasty, Lash being played as French, and Core playing as HRE. So let's see how this is going for the players. If we look at the full map, this is Cauldron. A lot of the map is corners are out by stone, and it's a pretty equal 4 split. There is a small bog in the middle, similar to a cauldron. So the shape, it looks like Mongol spawn for Beasty is not as perfect as it was before, but very, very close to both wood lines. The gold, I will say, is not close. Gold is all the way over here, so I'm interested to see what he plans on doing with that in the future. We do see one villager making his way out across the map. Lash also getting a couple hits out on Szalami. Szalami Scout is going to survive by 10 health at this point. Prediction is also on, guys, if you'd like to get some Gamba in, and we see a forward dock being placed by BC, gonna secure the fish in the center of the map. I do hear a lot of sounds going off in the corners as the scouts make their way all the way around the map, but Szalami and Lash are both on the south side of the map, and Beasty and Core are both on the north side of the map, playing as French. So we should see some knights in a little bit, barring any harassment from Beasty. Beasty is, I don't see an Uvu yet from Beasty. This is interesting. So going after the dock immediately, yeah, no Uvu yet. Just a lot of wood in the bank. Wow, and here we go for the little bit of scout racing that I expected to see. So both Szalami and BC have secured that center sacred area as per before. Also, you guys keep changing your colors on me. It's honestly confusing me a ton. I appreciate Szalami continuously being pink though and purple. Easier for me to remember those two colors. But Lash is out scouting that front area. Did he build a dock to get the fish? Because I think you can like walk out to the center of the map. I'm not out there, I'm not sure. I guess are these considered, those are shoreline fish. There's no deep fish in the cauldron, it's just all shoreline fish. All shoreline fish. Core going in. Core and Lash trying to take out a couple of the villagers of Szalami, but these are English villagers. They'll be able to shoot some bow and arrows, and probably doing quite a bit of damage to Lash's scout right there. Witch King, this is a newer custom map, so a lot of the games today are being played on custom map. We also see Szalami once again placing a forward council hall right now. So this is another repeat combo of teams. So it looks like they can't repeat them. I think they had like four different team groups or whatever. And so that's kind of like the combos that they chose. And so I think this is the first round where they're repeating it. Core is also placing down a Akin Chapel right now, luckily avoiding any harassment that was experienced before. So no tower rush coming out from Mongols or Szalami English player. I think BC is just hanging out in the Dark Age right now. He's back at this back gold with the Gur, but otherwise a lot of wood gathering and more focused kind of on the central shipping area. Also no early military coming out for BC, so just a different build. Khan is just being the Khan, being annoying out in the top corner as well. All right, So players are about to age up. Lash and Core both age up. Szalami has already aged up with that council hall in the center. Great proxy base, going to be able to send longbowmen out over to Core's base. Core has to be careful, make sure he protects either this front wood line, because that's kind of the only wood he has access to. If I look here at the back area, there is more wood over here, but it looks like BC has already spotted that out. So I'm expecting to see some scouting from Szalami, which he's doing at the front, and some longbowmen rushing towards Core's base. One of the scouts of Lash was killed by Szalami, and Szalami is also pushing towards this northern side. I think for Lash, most is quiet, seems to be queuing up several of the knights, so we'll see some knights coming over towards Core's base, hopefully to do some defense. And we see a tower rush once again from an English player. Not very surprising for this kind of combo right now. Either way, I think BC's kind of playing a little bit more conservatively than he did before. Gonna let Szalami take the reins on this one and do more harassment. Prelate and villagers pulled back towards the back, and I think this backwood line is going to be open for Core if he wants to take it. Otherwise, he's going to be taking this little tree for the first part. So tower is now up, making his way around the south side, and we see the knight from Lash out in the main base. They're going to be heading back, gonna try to hold up. Yeah, there's not enough military out yet for Lash, so Lash has got to send a couple more knights to do some strong defense, or hopefully cut off any of them that are coming out from the council hall. So cut off the stream. Horseman also out for Core right now. He placed down a stable to chase off that Khan, so that'll be good right now, and the Khan is quickly running away. I don't know where those villagers went, but I think they went towards the back of the stream. Also, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, this is a little bit of a quieter game so far. There is a rush from Szalami on Core, but I think, sorry guys for the yawn, I think most of his villagers are not working their way around. We also see Burgrave Palace getting placed down for Core, so aggressive move. We should see a flood of men-at-arms coming out for him. Gonna be great against some of these longbowmen. They're not going to be able to do as much damage. Also heading towards the base of Beasty, who has a deerstone placement and is now starting to build a double stable. Hamburger time. I agree. Both of these longbowmen are hanging at the front of the base. This Burgrave Palace is almost about to get up, so Core is doing the fast castle. Will be the first player to get up there. This is kind of a great window of opportunity. Although I will say Beasty probably just placed down... where's his other landmark? It looked like he was going to place down another landmark, but maybe not. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Separate out, getting placed by Beasty here. Gonna be able to move that to whatever gold he prefers. And a relatively big group of knights and archers from Lash is harassing the main base of Szalami. Probably why Szalami's been pretty distracted, not be able to use his council hall at the center of the base. And I hear the sounds of armor coming out from the Burgrave Palace. Also, Prelate was able to secure one of the relics that was close by. This is looking actually pretty positive for Core and Lash in this game mix-up. We see another group of knights making their way over to Beasty's base. Gotta get over here early. Beasty does not have any military really out on the map. He's got 4, which I think includes the Khan, and that separate out has been built as well. So gonna probably be moving that towards probably the back gold or one of the other golds at the center of the map. We'll see what Beasty decides to do with it, or he just wanted to get up to that age to possibly build Lancers. I'm not sure what his strategy is in this this area. Stables are being moved by Beasty. I think they're going to be able to siege down this one and probably the Uvu at this point. Also, men-at-arms are making their way out towards the proxy base of Szalami. Szalami has been kind of pushed back. If you looked on this villager count, was harassed relatively strongly by Lash. So this is looking good for Lash and Core. Actually, they're being really aggressive at the front lines, going to be able to clean up several of the proxy bases. And if we're looking out over here, we see a lot of men-at-arms marching across the map, and Core securing another relic. Going to be going back up to the top corner of the map, and also Core is placing down a dock, probably looking to shut down the fishing economy of Beasty if possible. And they're going to be pushed out by several longbowmen. Men-at-arms making their way over to the center of the map, pushing back the longbowmen. Longbowmen are getting out of range, and it looks like the light junk is trying to do damage on this, but it looks like men-at-arms are able to reach out to the boat. This is not a very wide lake or so a lot of fighting over this center group of fish, and surprising enough, there's 500, looks like there's like about 1,000 food left, really 1,500 food left in this bank. So I'm not sure if it's worth it, but it does push out Beasty from the center of the map, kind of cleans up what's going on here. It makes things a little bit easy to defend against. Also, Core has now a military of 22, Beasty down to a military of 9 Lancers or so, heading out towards the Deer Zones. A lot of focus here on Beasty for this game. I'm curious if this is really like taking out all the food from the center is good, because like that's your food, you get that, but in the long run I don't know if it's worth it. Also, it looks like a demo ship explosive junk is making its way over to that tower, which Core has now abandoned, and we see this flood of men-at-arms coming over to the base of Beasty. We've got archers, men-at-arms, knights doing their best to defend, and also a smaller group of lancers from Beasty. Beasty's gonna pull back a little bit, going to the back wood line. Uvu has now been moved, so there's no military advantage here, since there's no military advantage on that side. Szalami has also reached up to the castle age, gonna have to come defend his teammate if possible. Szalami is down to a military of 6. That Burgrave Palace push from Core has proven to be really strong. Lancers getting a charge off on a lot of these men-at-arms, doing quite a bit of damage. We see spears also coming out from the Burgrave Palace for Core. They'll be able to do a lot stronger defense against some of those units from Beasty, but there are 20 vills out in out in the main TC right now, so they're just sieging down sieging this down, but they're underneath the fire of the TC, so they got to be careful at that end. Also, it looks like Szalami is also up here on this northern side of the gold. Has to be careful that he's not spotted out. It looks like the spears are doing a really good job of pushing back the lancers, and I think that this TC is going down. Oh, gonna be trying to get moved by Beasty out of the way, and now those villagers are totally exposed, and it looks like this TC is dead. Is definitely on fire and dead. Beasty making a run for it, moving all of his camp probably down towards the side of, oh no, I think that's gonna go down. Step right out though is still relatively healthy. Remember, you can be alive still if most of your landmarks go down. He's moving his way down to the gold area of Szalami's base, but we do see a steady stream of Lancers now in the base of Core, trying to get some payback. Spears over here to defend. Core is still in the 3rd age. Szalami is in the 3rd age as well. Beasty is up to 3rd age. Lash is doing a feudal push with as many knights as possible, although he does only have School of Cav, now has archers and a couple barracks placed down. So we see the long march of Beasty's units out into Szalami's base. So if they can secure this, I'd be really excited. to go to see if Lash and Core can secure this win. I do hear a Wololo coming out from the base of Core. Core unfortunately losing quite a bit of eco to this raid. He is now down to 17 villagers. 17 villagers. Beasty is still hovering at 49 even after that large raise. So I think what Core needs to do is either wait for the Palace of Swabia or be careful. And we see a third age, a castle age tower rush coming out from BC. BC is just not having it after it's getting a true payback, and Core is now down to 14 villagers. A couple of those Springolds going off, gonna take out a couple of those Lancers, but otherwise I think really this is not looking good for Core. Core really needs to get his eco up stronger to be able to continue that production of men-at-arms. Men-at-arms are out on the middle of the battlefield. He's down to a military of 16, so there was quite a bit of damage done by this crossbowman which came out from Szalami at this point. So Szalami is also has 4 archery ranges, spawning a lot of crossbowmen, and they're going to be able to defend against this group of let's see, spears, men-at-arms, and a few archers on the back line there, but pretty good defense from Szalami at this point. Lancers also making their way over to Core's other proxy farm. So Core is now down to villagers, 9 villagers, 8 villagers, unfortunately for him. So he's not going to be able to get up to Palace of Swabia anytime soon. Prelate going back into this area, going to be placing down the relic and hopefully inspiring these villagers to pick berries faster, because he is super low on the food and really needs the Palace of Swabia right now. It was looking really good for Core and Lash, but that push of those Lancers, that harassment really created a negative impact for him. Yeah, just look, and also this tower rush too. Tower rush in the later area of the game is not looking good for Core. Core is going to be able to place down a few farms with the wood eco that he has and just work his way up towards a better place, sending out more villagers. And Lash is looking pretty strong too, up into the castle age. We'll see what he went for. He went for the Royal Institute. I don't see a lot of knights out on the map for Lash anymore. He's got a group of 4 Royal Knights, so those upgrades will come through, but will only apply to some of the units. So that's more for the crossbowmen and for the knights. Couple of knights also getting cleaned up here, and it looks like Beasty is recovering, going to be repairing 2 of those landmarks, and Gur is making its way over to the berries, gathering up whatever he can. And we see a pretty big group of Lash's army out on the field, probably trying to do some raiding, and I see some pink and green standing at the doorstep of Core. Core did a lot of damage in the early game and now is getting pushed back from both teams. Lancers are trying to clean up whatever vills they can get their hands on, and it looks like they were unsuccessful, and Core is still sitting at an eco of 13. All other players are up in the 60s. BC is down to an eco of 40 villagers, so both of them lost a lot of their economy, but really Core is low on the vills. Farm of Lash gonna be getting sieged down. It looks like that boar carcass is now up for grabs. Moving back to military on this area. Szalami is sitting here, walling up with a palisade gate, and it's gonna take a little bit of time for those knights to bust through that wall. And we see actually all of the stables in Szalami's base. Lancers continue being queued up by BC. It looks like Lash is trying to wall up as well to create some defense. Spearmen out on the front lines, trying to defend against this pretty big group of Lancers. We see BC climbing the ladder with climbing the military numbers ladder quickly, and Core is trying to recover on the villagers right now. BC is now up to 39 vills, still hovering around there low, trying to build up that TC once more. Once he rebuilds his town center, he'll be able to go to be able to build more villagers, but he's kind of stuck at 39 right now. But man, his villagers are he's still able to produce all these villagers all these Lancers with the villagers that he does have. Core almost back to 20 vills at this point, and we hear the defense sound going off. Lancers are just all over the field. If we look at the map, the control that Beasty has over quite a wide array and Szalami is huge. This is 5th game going in 4-0 Szalami and Beasty. Just in case you needed a reminder on the score, they're sitting at the doorstep of Lash's base. Core, unfortunately, is trying to get up to the next stage. It looks like to be able to at least contribute some more villagers, some more military. Military is down to 2, though, still hanging out there. Lash is continuing to build an army up. I don't see anything, what other things he's got queued. It's a little bit hard to see. We see Lancer's going to be cleaning up the villagers here who are just trying to get the boar. They're just trying to get the boar, and unfortunately Lash is denied that boar at this point. There was just this really small, this window that I thought that they were gonna win, and I don't know how Beasty comes back from this so strong. It's just still hovering at a count of 39. I don't know if Szalami is feeding him. Maybe Szalami is feeding him food. But it's looking really good. That TC is almost rebuilt. It does take a bit of time. It's got 7,000 health, tankier size, and it's gonna, if Beasty wanted to build like another TC, it would take him more time, I think, than to heal that up. Although it's probably about the same amount of wood. Core is definitely aging up to age 4. Finally got to a place where he can put down the Palace of Swabia. We all know he needs the vills. He's only at 23 vills, and 21 of them are making this Palace of Swabia. So Village Printer coming into business right now, able to queue up several of these guys with, you know, 17 food. Super cheap. Easy to make that up, but I don't know. Lash is really struggling right now. Lancers from BC are all over his base, and he's only got a few spears to defend. He's got to push back to the back side of the base, and these crossbowmen are just doing heavy damage on these slower units right now, ranged units, right? Yeah. I think Core aged up just like a little bit too late and couldn't contribute enough military because that raid from Beasty really hurt. Core also has surrendered, and Lash has also surrendered, and 5 games go to the team of Szalami and Beasty right now.